Okay, Billy and Lisa here backstage at the Jingle Ball, and we have our celebrity guest with us, our secret surprise celebrity guest. Jared Leto, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Happy to be here. I didn't know I was the secret surprise, but I'll take it.
It was hard to keep this secret.
Oh, well.
Very hard.
Extremely hard.
It's always fun to be a surprise.
But you were just out on stage with us. And by the way, I apologize because we met backstage and 5 seconds later, we have to go on stage. And you're like, I just came out of the car. What are we doing? But you were fabulous. They went nuts out there.
It was great. The energy is incredible. Infectious, and I have not been in Boston in a very long time, but it's an incredible lineup. I'm really just happy to be here, be part of it, and to see you both.
Well, what took you so long coming back to Boston?
You know, it's a good question. It's just life has been a wild one. This year has been really special for us because my brother and I, the other half of 30 Seconds to Mars, put out a new album called It's the End of the World, But It's a Beautiful Day. And then we put out a brand new single called Seasons, which has just come out. And now we're going to go on tour next year. So there's a lot of stuff happening.
You and I have something in common. So you and your brother have the band. He's the drummer. You're the lead singer.
Yeah.
My brother and I had a band when we were kids. He was the lead singer, and I was the drummer.
No, that's great.
I'm going to tell you, my brother swore we were a Rolling Stones cover band.
Oh, God.
You couldn't tell him he wasn't Mick Jagger.
Great.
I'm just saying.
Are you? How are your ears from all the drum? My ears from my brother's cymbal. I can barely hear out of the right one, but I feel your pain and your pleasure. It's been incredible to share it with my brother.
I'm sure it is. Now, you've promoted this project in kind of a couple of unique ways. Didn't you go on Wheel of Fortune?
I did.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
I did. Neither did I. I had this idea because my grandmother loved the show, and we would watch it together in Louisiana when I was a kid. We would watch Wheel of Fortune together. So I thought, what a fun way to kind of reintroduce us and announce the tour. And I got to see Pat and Vanna because I think they're leaving. They've been there for 40 years.
I know Pat is.
Yeah, Pat is leaving. So anyway, it was really cool to do that. I was like starstruck.
You spun the wheel?
I spun the wheel. We played the game. You know, it was set up, but we played it very badly. The most awkward Wheel of Fortune game ever. It's on YouTube if people want to see it.
And you did something else very unusual to promote this project, yours and your brother's.
Yeah.
You scaled the Empire State Building. Now,
how much?
Yeah.
How much preparation did that take?
You know, I could have used a little bit more, to be honest. It was a very specific type of climbing. I love rock climbing. I've always loved the Empire State Building. I've loved New York. To me, the Empire State Building is a symbol of a place that you go to make your dreams come true. And I always wanted to be an artist. And, you know, so for me, it was really symbolic and really special. But I had this idea to climb it to announce our tour and our brand new single, Seasons. And everybody said no 1,000 times, but we kept pretending we heard maybe and just kept asking and asking. I think we wore them out and they said yes.
I heard you did it twice.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Once
day
wasn't enough?
It wasn't enough. You know what? The second day was a lot harder, to be honest, because I was so worn out. But we climbed it the first day, and the second day we would climb a little bit, climb, stop and film, climb, stop and film. But it was a blast. And, you know, it was just one of those things in life, like an idea that seemed really fun to me, and I got a chance to do it.
And what's it like working with the band, touring with the band, versus acting and winning Academy Awards?
Well, I mean, they both don't suck. You know, they're both really good things to do. You know, I share the music with my brother. Mm-hmm. So if I had to choose, it would be a very quick, easy choice. I would choose the music, but unfortunately, I don't have to choose. And you know, I've been very fortunate to make films, and I love making films. And I love making music. For us, the 30 Seconds to Mars, you know, it's a very special thing. We haven't put an album out in 5 years. Mm-hmm. We just put that brand new album out. We have this brand new song, Seasons, that's kind of surprising a lot of people and kind of changing people's expectations of 30 Seconds to Mars. It's a very different song for us, and you know, it's fun stuff to do. 6 albums in, we've been doing this for 20 years, and it's still challenging and exciting and really special.
Well, we can't thank you enough for being our surprise celebrity guest. I understand the trip was a little rough getting from New York here to Jingle Ball.
Oh, yeah. The pilot said that, he was surprised he had any teeth left at the end of the flight.
And you weren't the only celebrity on board. Didn't you fly with One Republic?
Yeah. That's right. It would have been a kind of an interesting headline, I guess, but had it gone the other way, it was intense. It was very intense. The weather was obviously pretty challenging, but I wanted to be here, and I'm happy that I'm here. I even did get permission from Tom Pullman and co. Say, look, I know it's a little crazy. Why don't you just stay in New York? And I said, you know what? I'm going.
Yeah,
I was thinking I told Dylan, I said, this is a challenge now. I got to make it there. So I'm about to hop on an Uber back to New York City.
Yeah, you're not flying back.
No. I'm going to enjoy all 4 hours of that drive.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, you mentioned Dylan, and he was texting us back and forth. He says, I'm not sure he's coming. 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
50-50 now.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
10 minutes later.
7:30.
And then you came on stage with Lisa and I, and you're like, okay, which way are we going? Am I introducing someone? I just got out of the car.
Yeah. That's a fun way to do it. I mean, it's really stimulating to do that. You go from being on a plane nearly dying.
Was there ever a moment on the flight when you said it's the end of the world, but it's still a nice day?
Yeah,
you see, that's a little tie-in to the song.
Absolutely. I mean, everyone was white, And the funny thing, when we got off the plane, I said to John, I was like, I don't know. I need to take a break right now. This is like we were, our nerves were a little shattered. It was a wild one, but fun. We're through it.
Thanks for going through.
Yeah. No. My pleasure. I consider it an honor to be here with everybody, and a privilege, and I don't take it for granted. So
Jared Leto, everybody.
Yeah.
We're backstage. It's the Kiss 108 Jingle Ball. Woo.